Hi folks, right, I thought I'd start this video off as normal with this. I had coffee up to here today, so the chilli soup, and it's flipping lovely. I flipping love that stuff. Chilli soup's good for you. What it does to your hair, burns it bloody off. It hasn't worked down here yet. Okay, on to the main topic of this video. Goth is based on music. Now, I've done a video before talking about music, goth, blah, blah, blah. This stems from this morning. I was in bed, it was early, looking at stuff on my iPad, and I came across a profile where somebody had written as part of the profile, Goth is based on music, making that statement. And it took me back to all this toing and froing on the flipping internet, on YouTube. You're not goth if this, you're something that, you're something the other. And I looked at it and I thought, actually, that is a true statement. Goth is based on music. So where do we get the problem? The problem, as far as I can see it, is it was based on music, and there's lots of people that are still there at the base. If they're not still there at the base because they're not old enough, they're looking at things and going back to the base and wanting to be at the base. Now, the base. Most things in life have a base. The basic line, the base. Everything is built upon that. Maths, there's a base. A country, a society, there's a base. There's laws, whatever. There's a base at the bottom of it. And we can look at goodness knows what, and there's a base. Everything didn't just suddenly go wallop. It started as a base and it built from the base. The world started at a base and built on the base. Whatever. Let's go basic. Right. Whatever you get, there's a base, and if you want something that is base, you can have it, but it's just going to be that base. You like pizza? I can give you a pizza base. You say, oh, that's the base of a pizza, I'm not going anywhere else, I'm having the base. So yeah, I'll cook your bloody base, no problem. But from the time that somebody said, hey, I'll make a pizza, they decided we'll have a base. What can we do with that base? Yeah, I'll put some sauce on, maybe some cheese, maybe a bit of this meat or that meat or whatever. Nowadays, pineapple. That'll make a lot of you cringe, wouldn't it? But a lot of people like pineapple on the pizza. Anyway, you're getting the drift. You started with a base, and that base is beautiful. You got lovely cooked pizza base. Lovely. You can eat it. You can well, no, you can't flavour it because it wouldn't be basic. So yeah, if you want a beautiful pizza, you build on it, and something would have been built on it, and either that person or someone else come along and said, hey, we're going to stick this on. I've always called a pizza an open hot sandwich, like you could have cheese on toast, whatever. So if you think about it, you had a base, somebody put a sauce on, somebody put cheese on. What food was around? Oh, what if we put a bit of salami on it? Yeah, that'd be good. What if we put a bit of this on? What if we change some of that cheese for this cheese? Yeah, I quite like that idea. What if we put an herby top on it? We'll put a bit of basil or something like that, whatever you like. Yeah, I quite like that idea. Let's have a go. Ooh, yeah, I love this, love this, love this. I love the base, but these are all bloody lovely, aren't they? You've improved on it, you've built on it. And with pizza, you now have the same problem. Pizza, basic, was built upon, and maybe it stayed similar to that for a long time. But people come along and said, and I've heard all this thing that, oh, I don't do this in Italy, I don't do this. I grew up with Italians and as a young lad, and they didn't just go flipping basic. And you can bet your bottom dollar an Italian at home said, you know, just stick an egg on there, you know, going to put a bit of fish on it. I like this, going to put a bit of that on it. Because at the end of the day, you was eating a crust, nice melted cheese, nice melted sauce, and whatever would go in that sauce. So yeah, there's the basic Italian pizza, and there's some of the famous ones that built upon that. But now in this day and age, people say, sod it, I like pizza, I'm not bothered if I throw something on it. So people throw chili on it, people throw whatever they like to eat on it, because it's there on this piece of flipping base that is simple to eat. Yum, 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 yum. So put chicken on, whatever you like. If you're vegetarian, you're going to put vegetarian type stuff on it. Anyway, if you get the drift of that, you start with a base, it built up. Now there's people today that say, no, 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 no. If it isn't that, it's not a bloody pizza. Of course it bloody is. Things progress, things build upon it. From the time you had that base, which was a sense of boring bit of bloody base, it was like having a little bit of cooked dough. People built on it. So it became what it is. And now the modern society say, it's a base, whatever. So you get that same thing with pizza. The people that say, this is a pizza. The pizza comes from that period of time. And other people go, no, we'll put that on. It's the same with other things in life. Whatever it is, a society, music, dance, whatever, there's a basic, there's a base, and that base is built upon, and slowly, sometimes it can become nearly unrecognisable. Sometimes it totally bloody changes into something else and you wouldn't even know it was that base. How many times you say, oh yeah, it's based on, but it isn't anymore, it's based on it. Right, so let's get back to Goth. Yes, it was based on music. It is a music-based genre, if you want to put it that way, subculture, and it's bloody lovely. I mean, I'm not a young pup anymore, I'm in my 20s. bloody work it out. And within that time, you see things a hell of a lot different. And I can look back, and I know some people want goth to be what it was in the 80s. And it's still there, you can be that. But it isn't. You can try and be as much goth of the 80s as you want, but you're not going to be a goth of the 80s. Even if you were there at the time, now you cannot be a goth of the 80s. It is not the 80s anymore. We're in a different period of time. You can replicate it to the best of your ability. I have to think about this, and I think people that say, it's got to be 80s, look, you got to dress 80s. How many of those people could you go up to and say, take that off, get that off from around your neck, change them bloody shoes, change them boots, do this, do that, because you look totally bloody 80s, but that lot, sorry, wasn't bloody there. So that doesn't always work out. You can look it doesn't mean to say you are. You can have everything, you can go to the shops and buy everything that's vintage that was there in the 80s, put it on, but then the person can be totally bloody different. I thought to myself, if I became a millionaire now, I could go out, I could get a building, build a building, turn it into a goth club, and I could model it on any big goth club, whichever you want, in what part of the world that was an amazing club. I can build it to the last little bit that people that were there will go in and say, bloody hell, have I gone back in time? You could even replicate the smell of the place. But it is not the 80s. It's not the 80s club. It's an 80s club now. So we set it up, we put people in it, we play music, and the only music we play is from that period of time. We don't know of anything past. Just that. But what have we got different? What's different in that building? The people. People from each generation have a different way, a different mindset, a different way of looking at things, doing things. And if you went into that club, if you had the privilege of being in it in the 80s and memorising it as it was, exactly everything, the whole detail of it, from walking in, the experience walking out, and you go into this one, you'd walk out and say, bloody hell, what an evening, that was fun, bloody tastic. What do you think to it? Yeah, it was bloody fantastic. Anything different? Well, yeah, it was there, but it wasn't. And what will be different? The people. I've noticed a hell of a lot from when I used to go out in the 80s. People's attitude, the way people were, the way people were to each other, the way people drank, the way people, to the vast majority, bloody went home, stood upright. The people are different. So you can't replicate the 80s now. The bass is there, that's bloody fantastic. Let's try and get back to having the bass of goth exactly what it was. But we've got to come to terms with the fact that we're not in the 80s anymore. We've moved on. Things are going to change. People are going to dress in things that some people are going to look at and go, what the friggin' hell's that? that is not Goth. Well, it is. It's Goth of today. It's Goth of the 90s. Whichever bit that came up in. And the next 10 years and the 10 years and the 10 years will be different again. But it's Goth. We can't be living that anymore. We can have it as a base, we can replicate it as much as we want. I'm all for that. I'm all for it being, if I could click my fingers then it was the 80s. It'd be bloody ideal. But we have to be realistic. We have to stop trying to live in the bloody past, because that's the word, P-A-S-T, past. That means it's there, it's gone, it's not here, the past. So, we've got to try and start getting over this bloody thing that we have of lots of people fretting over the fact that, no, this isn't really Goth, no, that's not Goth. It is. It's like the pizza. It just grows. Started with a base, we've put sauce on it, we've put cheese on it, we've put different toppings on it. And younger people come along and say, you know, I'll stick that in. I like the music, all this. Yeah, we should still love the 80s music, the 90s. 25 years time, what's going around now? The dress. We should have that history within us, and we should know some of that flipping history at least. But let's get this bloody mentality of things move on, things get put on that base and move on. And we can shout and we can stamp and we can pull a bloody, well, pull your hair out. Not going to make any bloody difference, and you're a lot happier when you realise it is going to change. People's going to put stuff on that base, and I'm no different. I'm frigging dreading the day. Please don't tell me if it's there. I'm dreading the day that I pick up my iPad and I see the words Goth rap. Goth rap. I'll join the freaking club. I'll join the club. No, but seriously, the thing that I see that's wrong today is not the fact that we keep putting toppings on top of the base to make that more beautiful. It's not that at all. What's going wrong today is commercialism. And I think a lot of people, when they're talking about what the hell's happening to Goth, what the hell, you know, it was the 80s and it's this, they're not, some of them get in that drift, and I know that there's people out there that say it's the bloody commercialism. YouTube, it's the bloody commercialism, I see. There's some people that have not got that drift. It's not whether we're perfect to the 80s or whatever. It's the commercialism that's upsetting people. You can't stop some of it. You know what the world's like. Anybody that's got a bit of money and selling something will go, oh, Goth's pretty popular nowadays, and you've got to admit it is pretty popular nowadays, and it's got more popular with the public since you get a lot of these horror films and gothic type films and go, oh yeah, singers how am I going to make a little bit more money? I'll go gothic. Dancers, how am I going to make a bit more money? I'll go gothic. Designers, could make a bit more money, can I? Let's do some gothic type designs, which are usually crap. Online, yeah, I know it's there. There's a hell of a lot of goths that have gone pretty bloody commercialised. They've forgot who they are, and have channels, get lots of people, and the world is creeping, and yeah, I can make a little bit of money out of this, and then all the commercialism comes in, and that's what upsets a lot of people when they see, what the friggin' hell is it with Goth nowadays? So they see what companies and everything do with it, they see what some Goths do with it. What you got to remember is, a lot of the Goths that are doing it, it's the companies that are doing it, not the Goths per se. They're getting dragged into it, you know, shiny things in front of them. Ooh, I give you this, I give you fame, I give you money if you do this. Thank you very much. I shall go on my channel and show you these Goth slippers. So I can't blame people. It's a world now where it's a bit dog eat dog, and you need to do this, that and the other. But that's where the problem lies, the commercialism. Should we worry about it? No, I don't worry about it, because it's not going to be here forever. These people that do all this, they're going to move on. It's not going to become the in thing anymore. It's not going to be so popular. And they go, can't make any money out of them now. We've sort of pulled them dry. Hey, that over there. Yes, that's where the money is. And they'll bloody shift in one lump. And then 1 month or 1 year, we'll all be going, I don't see any of this anymore. And other people will be going, what the frickin' happened? I was doing all right, and now that's all bloody gone. So it's that causes this bloody trouble. It really shouldn't be the fact of whether we're clones of the 80s or try and clone the 80s, because we can't. Even if you were there, you cannot clone it today. You can do your best, but you're going to be walking amongst everybody else that doesn't look it. So that's just a bit of an idea, really. Woke up, this light come on. Music is the base of Goth. Goth is based on music. It is. I'm not going to flip and argue with that. But, you know, start looking on the word base. There's never any base that is never built on and looks totally different in bloody 5 years' time. Goth's done it, it's going to keep doing it. If we want Goth to survive, we've got to embrace that and not fight against it, because it's not going to go backwards. Because, you know, with me, if I don't like it, I've got to get out of it. I'm happy with it. Younger people will want to do things their way, but there should be some history involved. They should at least know where the bloody music come from and everything. So folks, I'm going to bugger off. Now I've upset you all. I'm going to frickin' some of the chili. It's cold. So folks, up to you. You can look at it whichever way you want. As usual, I'm not condemning anybody. I'm not going to put anybody on a pedestal. I'm just putting something out there to think about. Think about the base. Do you want pizza crust all your life? Or do you want to think, See you later, folks. Have a gothy Christmas.